Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's Monday Memo, where I'd like to touch on some lessons we can learn from one of my favourite movies of all time, which is Forrest Gump. And it's been that way ever since I first saw it on a rented videotape nearly 25 years ago. And I also imagine it's other people's favourite movie because it was a commercial success when it came out. It grossed over $1 billion in today's money equivalent, a 12x return on investment in its first year, and it's one of those very often frequently quoted movies of all time. So now that I look back on it, there's some lessons in the main character Forrest Gump that he was taught and learned along the way that provide very useful guidance for business partners, whether they're experienced or simply trying to be better business partners. So the first lesson is have an appetite for learning. Now, Forrest Gump was born with a very crooked back, and it required him to wear these braces on his legs, making him a constant target for bullies. So when his best friend at the time suggested run Forrest run because they were picking on him, he broke free from his braces and later had a successful career as a college athlete. Now, the best business partners also break free from the shackles of our traditional transactional type workloads, not by abandoning this, but actually coming out from behind their desks to meet colleagues in the business, go meet external customers, suppliers, also people in other departments, fellow finance professionals, taking what they've learned along the way to see what other commercial acumen they can develop also. In fact, they get out there, run a bit more and learn some more. Also, another lesson would be to stay aware. During Forrest's coast-to-coast run across the US, an aging businessman approaches him and asks if Forrest could think of any good slogan for his bumper sticker business. Just then, Forrest steps into a large pile of dog mess, which surprises the old man. Forrest reacts by saying, "It just happens," which inspired the phrase, "shit happens." So good fine, which actually I think went on to become a very commercially successful slogan. Now, good finance business partners always listen out twice as much as that they're speaking. Why do you think we've two ears and one mouth? So that they can better appreciate what's going on around them, so that they can improve their commercial awareness, and also if there's any value creation opportunities and challenge they can help others with. Also, another lesson is to become more attuned. There's no friendship like Bubba's and Forrest's. They clean together, they fight together, they're completely loyal to each other. They even made a promise to one another that after the war, they would even set up business together in shrimp, the Bubba Gump Company. So Forrest pursued that dream even though Bubba died during the Vietnam War. And many colleagues will come and go during the professional life of a finance business partner, but being able to influence others requires qualities similar to a good friendship, like staying in touch, being available, and spending time together. So never neglect this. And also, the best finance business partners proactively manage their relationships with business partners. They hold regular catch-ups, they're mindful of their interests, their business challenges. They customize their conversations to them, sending personalized updates, not those generic ones that we see with the government reports. They're always available for their meetings, their phone calls, and also when conversations perhaps transcend topics outside of your typical business partner's needs. Business partners should also lead with authority. Lieutenant Dan knew he was going to die in the battlefield and ordered Forrest to run and save his own life, yet Forrest wasn't going to give that a chance to happen. And whenever such a situation arises for a finance business partner, they'll of course give their full attention to the instructions they get from line management and business, but they have their own gut instincts that are pulling them perhaps in another direction. And now under such circumstances, finance business partners will use their ultimate authority to be driving shareholder value creation when making decisions and taking actions. So they'll look, of course, to give others what they want, but they'll also proactively find ways or figure out ways to give them what they and the businesses ultimately need and ensure sustained profitable growth in the near term, but not at the expense of the long term. Another lesson is just to be authentic. Forrest loved mowing the lawn, so much so that he did it when he was a gazillionaire. And from the outside, that must have looked quite foolish, but he didn't care. He was always true to himself. Similarly, finance business partners should be honest with themselves about what makes them happy at work, where they enjoy contributing and serving the business, whether they have the necessary skills to do this or support network around them to make it happen. So they can bring their best selves and ultimately their best efforts at driving shareholder value creation. And the last lesson is like Forrest's mother said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And likewise, finance business partners should not be afraid to try something that's out of their comfort zones, such as working in a different country, stepping out from behind their desks to go and meet stakeholders, being part of unfamiliar cross-functional projects, or even taking on a non-finance role in the business, because you'll never know otherwise what natural talents are lurking outside waiting to be exposed. And bringing it all together, someone asks Forrest to play ping pong and shows him how it's done. And after that, he lets it all flow. It just comes out naturally for him, and he's like traveling the world and meeting presidents and so on. So if you just try out the 6 lessons I've just gone through, who knows? You might even be surprised to find them useful in your own career and see that you have a better ability to impact your business partners in some way by using them. So I know you're going to find them useful, and if you found the show useful, please let your friends know and check us out on sitnshow.com. Subscribe, of course, to our feeds on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and these videos also go up on YouTube. If you have any other recommendations, please reach out and let me know where we're doing these well, where we could do better. And until next time, take care of yourselves, and let's keep building our strength in the numbers.